Hello, David Price here with Milwaukee Realty. I wanted to let people know about what's going on with these SentriLock boxes. Um, for those of you who don't know, SentriLock has some unique technology for lock boxes that open up only at specific times with specific combinations. So they're different than the traditional lock boxes that different people have used. But in Central Lock, the technology of the actual lockbox is actually pretty good, and I wish that I could use it. But my board does not have it, and so that's really the problem with Central Lock is that it's only by board. So a board has to buy the lock boxes, and only the people in that board can use it. Now, some boards might play nice with other boards. But what happens is that it's such a huge capital investment that the boards that at least here in Milwaukee, the Greater Metropolitan Association of Realtors, for instance, doesn't allow other boards to get the showing instructions for their listings. So as it is, the every other board in that MLS. So there's one MLS in southeastern Wisconsin, and that MLS will only allow. I'm sorry, that MLS has showings in it. So when you go to request a showing, if you are part of the GMAR, the Greater Metropolitan Association of Realtors, and you request a showing for a vacant unit, you will get a confirmed showing. You'll get the instructions, the combinations, and locations and everywhere. But if you're not a part of that board, but still in that MLS, you get a confirmation, but you don't get any showing instructions. So you don't get any lockbox combination. So I can't get an account with Central Lock because I am not part of that board. So every other board that shows properties in metropolitan Milwaukee has to contact the listing agent manually and request a 1 day code that kind of defeats the purpose of the technology because that 1 day code is good for the whole day. Once again, the technology is cool and there's a lot of uses for it, but the implementation is such that when I just had an incident where I had to call a listing agent and get a 1 day code. Well, she was out at the pool. So she was bothered that I had to call and ask her to go on her phone and originate and log into the app or however they do it and originate a 1 day code. And I get that. I wish that Central Lock and I wish my MLS could get that code out to all other realtors. We're all licensed realtors doing showings for buyers, but they make it really difficult. Central Lock makes it very difficult for all boards to work together. So what it does is it causes this friction. So this agent's kind of talking down to me, and that I call and bothering her. I'm aggravated that I have to bother her. So there's just so much aggravation that's going on. And in this world, we don't need any more aggravation. But I think that Central Lock has that on purpose. I think that they want, because of their financing, because of how they finance their lock boxes, they make it so only certain boards can do it. So that is the biggest reason not to do it. Not the technology, it's cool. It's the way that it implements. And the technology is so new, relatively new, that these MLSs don't know how to get out of their own way. So you'd think that it'd be easy enough to just to call an MLS and say it's not working. I'm a licensed realtor. I pay my dues. I'm not getting showing instructions, but they they don't care because we're just little boards. So there's one big board that they're concerned with. So it's irrelevant to them. And the the main board who owns the lock boxes, well, guess what? They want new members. So this works well for them because now people have to join them to get showing instructions. So there's a lot of um, I think unfair pressure to force people to buy to force people to join boards. I shouldn't have to join two boards in order to show a property. So now what we do, and there's several situations where we've had to actually call the seller because we've gotten a confirmation, but the listing agent is in, who knows, Oshkosh, Honolulu, and they don't get back to us. They think that we're getting the combination like everyone else who gets a confirmation. So we've had to call sellers sometimes because they're vacant units, and so they then call their agents. So it's just this huge quagmire. So the technology, I don't want to say it's ahead of itself, but they need to catch up with their technology. And so we don't need agents fighting, and we sure don't need more pressure in, in the showing structure. So the world is changing, and the way showings are happening is changing. But I don't think SentriLock is doing it the correct way. And if I would have known this before, it would have changed a lot of decisions had I known how bad SentriLock is. So I just wanted to share that so everyone knows if your board is thinking about doing a SentriLock, please bear in mind that it does cause a lot of angst between agents who are not in the same board. So I hope that helps. Feel free to like this if you would, and we can spread the word. Hopefully, get SentriLock to catch up with their own technology. Thanks.